Good evening, everybody. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. Let's head on to the live scene. How's everybody doing? You doing well? I hope you are. So, there's a couple things I need to talk about. First and foremost, I have not been on the server in a couple weeks. I obviously hopped on to get the thumbnail and everything today, and we're officially in Vintage Story 1.21, which is pretty cool. There's been a lot of anticipation leading up to this update, so I'm very excited to kind of, while we're working on our city, we're also going to kind of look into some of those features as well. Second thing, I just want to say a huge shout out and thank you to everybody for getting me to 1,600 subscribers. That's kind of crazy to think about, but yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing. Love you all. And thirdly, well, before I do that, Kaju, welcome back. How you doing in the stream chat? Thirdly, for anybody that doesn't know, I am a huge football person. And I guess while we're connecting the server, we'll go over this. I'm a huge American football fan. So NFL news. And some of the biggest news that I have seen, and oh god, it's dark. Why is it dark? Some of the biggest news that has dropped for, in God knows how long. This is a huge trade that happened. For anybody that doesn't know, I am a huge Packers fan, and I just have to talk about it now and just get it out of the way. The Green Bay Packers have traded for Micah Parsons. I just have to say it. I know most people probably don't care about sports, but I do. For anybody that doesn't know, Micah Parsons is a top 10 defender in the NFL. And the fact that the Packers made this trade, granted we gave away 2 first-round picks and an all-pro defensive tackle, this is an amazing trade. I am elated. This is a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. But anyways, enough rambling about that. We need to continue working on our port village, but I also wanted to kind of go to sleep. We are not killing the bunny. That is Pete or Petey. We do not touch Petey, okay? He is our pet. How you doing, Kaju? Just gonna make sure that's up. Beautiful. All right. So the primary things I need to work on. Also, I guess I should probably show off that we did get a temporal gear because I hopped in. There was a rift right outside my house, so we got a whole bunch of guys spawning in and everything like that. So killed a few of them, and we got this off of them. So I have to kind of refresh myself because it's been a couple weeks since I've been on. I'm going to be 100% honest. I've been having a ton of fun with, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm doing the series on Middle Earth. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff for that in my free time. And last Thursday, you know, it just didn't work out to stream. But I'm going to be honest, the urge to play Vintage Story as of late has not been very high, but maybe we can get back into the swing of things today. So first and foremost, we need food desperately. We do not have, where's my bowls? Yep, I'm starving. I need my bowls to make some food. Where are my bowls? Yeah, we're just gonna go drop this in the water really quick so we can free this up. Speaking of Middle Earth, I've been on a Lord of the Rings high. Listen, Middle Earth in general is just awesome, okay? As anybody that likes fantasy, you know, Middle Earth is the one universe that kind of set the stage for a lot of fantasy inspired things today. So, oh, nope, give me that back. I need to eat that. And yeah, being a fantasy nerd, huge Lord of the Ring nerd, I just enjoy playing that. There's a lot to that will be coming out in the next update, at least I'm hoping. And whenever that comes out, we'll see. Would you say the one universe to rule them all? I probably wouldn't go that far. There are some other pretty legendary fantasy universes, such as Harry Potter, Star Wars, Game of Thrones is another big one. But I would definitely say Lord of the Rings is a very, very high, like right up there. Okay, so we need to do a bit of resource gathering. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put that down because I need to get myself a bunch of clay. How much clay do I actually have? I might need to run out and do a bit of clay gathering depending how much we have. And it's looking like we have about a stack 17. That is it. I got the reference, Kaju. I understood what you were trying to do there. All right, so clay and shale. Those are the things that I really need to get today. See, it is March, the 2nd of March, so we should maybe try to start getting some of our crops planted here pretty soon. I think it's still a little bit early, but I'm thinking near the end of March we'll actually build this area out for our farms and kind of go from there. But yeah. Oh. Ah! Jesus fucking Christ. Oh! That actually scared the crap out of me. Dude! I cannot hit this guy. I'm getting out. What the hell was that? Holy crap, I was not expecting that. I'm really hurting now. I should have some bandages somewhere, right? I do have the horsetail to make bandages. What else? Oh, got some crops that have rotted away. That's not good. Let's see what we have in here. Do we have the stuff that we need to make bandages? We can't always just go harvest the cattails that are sitting over here. Sorry, I have not been paying attention to the chat. OMG, I've been writing the past few days. I watched Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit again, and it finally gave me the push to start writing again. We'd love to hear that. I want to get back into writing, especially with working on the Soulless World. For anybody that doesn't know what the Soulless World is, it is my Minecraft Forever world that I'm doing with a few friends, where we're doing lore, storylines, factions and races. You know, it's going to be a big project, and I want people to know that one day I will be writing stories and books revolved around that world. When it happens, I don't know. Then it snowballed into me writing pages and pages and pages. Well, that's usually what happens. Also, Rescore, welcome in. How you doing, bud? Ah. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's right. Healing is a bit different now. It's slow healing. Oh, wait. We actually get we can see how much health we have. What about hunger? We can also see our saturation. That's really cool. Yeah, we still need to explore some of these 1.21 features. We got some weak tannin as well. We should probably get working on leather here at some point. I'm going to take this torch so I can actually, you know, see. And I'm also going to grab my arrows so I can go back into that cave there. Take care of that shiver. Oh, excuse me. Carmelithor on top, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. There's a lot of stuff at this point when it comes to Carmelithor that I want to work on, but there's things that I need to finish first before I can do them. So it's really just a matter of being patient with the process of building everything. I love writing. I don't think I've ever had writer's block. I mean, that's really good. I've definitely had writer's block before. It's definitely something that's difficult to overcome at points in times, especially when you start to lose interest in writing and stuff like that, and I don't know. Struggle with a period in time that lasts an entire year where world building just wasn't fun anymore. I would do what I usually do and just be bored the whole time. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's definitely moments where you go in, like, especially with world building, you can go for so long and then immediately just hit a wall with it. And that's kind of how I am currently with creating the lore for the Malayan dwarves that reside in Carmelithor, and like the storyline as well, because obviously I'm working with Roth on making sure things, you know, line up historically speaking when it comes to the world lore. But yeah, it's, oh wait, bones? Small bones. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, working with Roth when it comes to world lore is a major thing that I need to do, essentially. It wasn't writer's block because I had a bunch of ideas and didn't struggle to write them down, but it just wasn't fun. Yeah, that can be a struggle too. A friendly Canadian, welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome to Vintage Story. I just have a few different stories and write reports and articles for a living. Well, if you do writing for a living, I can understand the ease of being able to write or even potentially overcoming writer's block as compared to those that don't do any writing or anything like that for a living. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But, yeah. I definitely need to dig out a proper staircase. We're definitely getting into more into this slate rock, which is not ideal. I might end up having to kind of dig out a bit on the sides to get the shale that I need. We'll see what happens. Quite good. I saw Port City and got excited. Just finished binging a series that was working on one that never got finished. Okay. Nice, nice. Well, our city is very much bare bones at the moment. We really only have my house currently, but today I want to actually start working on building some pre-made shops for people so that, you know, they can rent them out and kind of get some sort of trade economy going on. Maybe we can even potentially get some sort of currency system. That would be kind of fun to do. It was only recently that I overcame that gap. It took months of very gradually regaining interest and passion, and with support from my girlfriend and friends, I finally was able to feel the high again. Well, that's good that you're able to find that passion again for world building. All right, I'm gonna just do this. Just gonna kind of dig around the slate here. Just primarily focus on harvesting the shale. So when it comes to these shops, I only have a very vague idea of how I want them to look. Probably gonna try and mix in some like fantasy mixed I don't know, realism slash fantasy, I don't know, or just all out fantasy. We'll see what we do. Is this modded or vanilla? We do have a couple mods, but because we just switched over to 1.21, there's a couple of them that we have had that are currently not working. So once the mods are updated, they will be re-added in to the world. Wolf, what's going on? Can I ask a political question? I'm going to respectfully say no. I reserve my space to be a non-political space. I mean, personally, as somebody who is very apolitical, I don't want to make my gaming space political. So, no political questions, please and thank you. We are here to chill, relax, and have a good time, not get any feathers rustled, because there's time and places to be asking those kinds of questions, and personally, my stream space is not for that. Now, on the other hand, if you were watching Soulspawn, he'd be all over that. But he's not here. He is on a vacation. So it is just me today. How do cave-ins work in Vintage Story? I feel like this should collapse. It would in normal Vintage Story. The only block gravity that occurs is for sand and gravel, I think, are the only two. We turned off stone cave-ins because, you know, it is a little bit easier for mining and all that kind of stuff, especially when we need to do a lot of it at a time. Okay. So, we need to throw that in there. We got a couple stacks. I'm definitely gonna have to go get some more clay. There's a fantasy mod that adds orcs that drop rusty gears. You could base your economy off of rusty and temporal gears. Otherwise, there's a mod that adds actual currency. Ooh. That's actually really interesting. Also, it is dark out. Holy crap. I did not realize what time it was. We need to go to sleep. Go to sleep and get our sleep schedule back on track. See, currently I'm working on, well, I'm playing through the Middle Earth mod on Minecraft. There's a few episodes out for anybody that doesn't know about the series. That's where I get a lot of my fantasy fix when it comes to gaming currently. I need to figure out where the heck I want to put these blocks for now while I do some resource gathering before we build. But I have thought maybe if we were to try like some fantasy mods or something, we could, for a playthrough on Vintage Story, it's very well a possibility. I won't rule that out because Vintage Story is a primary game on my channel, but as of late, it's been a lot more Minecraft than anything. I have a question. Has anybody seen K-pop Demon Hunters? I have not. Personally, I'm not a huge TV watcher anymore. I'm also gonna move the dirt pole somewhere else. Well, we'll take it down and we'll revisit it, I guess. So I don't really want to just have that out and about. I personally found that the cave-ins made mining cool. It required enough thought to not be boring, but was still easy enough to not become painful, though that's subjective. Yeah, I mean, it could be interesting to potentially add that in at some point, but as of right now, it is disabled on the server. There's also a goblin mod on top of the orc mod. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't really looked into a lot of modded Vintage Story. I mean, obviously, over the past few months, or even year for that matter, this game has definitely grown in popularity. And more people are starting to get into like the modding aspects and all that kind of stuff, which is perfectly fine. But I just haven't really delved into it much, if at all. Add trains? Darn it. Well, I don't think there even is a trains mod, if I'm being honest. I don't know. So I'm kind of debating on whether we wanted to kind of keep the shops and stuff similar to the style of our house. I do feel like the house is very bare bones currently. There could be a lot more details added in. But I'm also thinking that maybe we will slowly build on details as we go along through the series. As of right now, I think the slate and maple, or not slate, shale and maple combo goes really well together. So I might try to kind of do a bit of that. Also, I need to go find some clay. I know I had marked a pocket somewhere. Ah, right back over here. There's some clay. So I'm not gonna pin that anymore. And we can delete this waypoint. It seems I started... Maybe I started gathering clay, but then I didn't. I don't know. Vintage Story building is so incredible. I do agree. Vintage Story building is one of the main things I really like about this game is the building mechanics behind it, the chiseling, you know, just the extra details that you're able to put in. So yeah, the building in general is just really good. I kind of lost my train of thought there. If you're spring for the mod option, just type in coins into the mod list on Vintage Story. Only a handful are updated, but they are stable. Okay. Okay. I will keep that in mind. Although I do want to specify right now that I do currently have a lot going on in regards to content. Obviously, we have the Solos World every Monday. And then throughout the week, I put out shorts occasionally. I try to put at least one short out a week. And then I do spend a lot of time doing like the resource gathering and preparations for my Middle Earth builds, so that does take up a good bit of my free time, which is unfortunate. But when you're spending hours and hours, gathering blocks and resources in a modded world, it can, especially in a medieval fantasy mod like Middle-earth is, and the intricacies of the blocks that you need and all that stuff, it can be very time consuming. So right now I really only have the capacity for doing one video a week when it comes to any content for that matter, which, by the way, I will say right now, Middle-earth episode 6 is currently live for channel members. So if you have been enjoying that series and you have that itch to watch the next episode, consider becoming a channel member today. Get some awesome perks as well as chat, emotes, and other things as well with your membership. Also, with your membership, you can also get access to playing on the Vintage Story server as well through Solus Gaming Discord. Coins are pretty costly to make. I will keep that in mind. In my country, you just have to dig up the ground under your feet literally anywhere and you'd have enough clay to make a city's worth of bricks. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, we definitely need a lot of clay. And I'd like to try and not have to do a whole lot of back and forth between getting clay and everything. If I'm going to be getting clay for my blocks and everything, I want to come out here as little as possible so I can primarily just focus on building. Carts would be a really good addition. There's a mod for it. I don't know if it was one of the recommended mods that Rescore put out there. But... oh, excuse me. I think there's a carts mod somewhere. I'm sure of it. Rust and Rails is the mod? Okay. Yeah, see? Rescore knows everything about Vintage Story. He's the Vintage Story nerd around here. Nerd! I can't say anything. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to Minecraft, so... No, I don't. Well, you'd certainly know more about it than I do, so that makes you more knowledgeable than me, and therefore, you know everything about the mod, or the game. It's quite basic thought process. I'm a Giga nerd too. Yeah, listen, nerds... we're all out here. Also, I can't recall if I mentioned it while I was going through the list of things that I'm currently working on, like outside of my content, but I am also working on a Minecraft community server for my community. So I'm hoping that I can get some of the major things fleshed out and stuff in my free time, so we can hopefully anticipate a server release date of early October, potentially, is kind of the plan I currently have. Nerds are the combination of intelligence, social awkwardness, and obsession. I am not socially awkward, just intelligent and obsessive, so I'm a geek. Well, Only a nerd would answer it like that. Nah, I'm just messing with you, bud. I'm gonna throw a lot of this clay into here. I'm gonna hold on to, sure, 3 stacks for now. I'll hold on to those arrows just in case. You never know what we might run into in those caves. I don't need the grass. I'm gonna put this hammer away. Don't need it right now. I'm only slightly socially awkward. Does that still count? Yes. I am very socially awkward. I'll be honest. When I'm not socially awkward is when I have been drinking a decent amount. I'll say a decent amount, not a lot, a decent amount. I don't know, maybe it's the trauma from my parents who were like, you do anything bad, you're gonna taint our image. Okay, I'm sorry. That staircase is so dwarf, Lamau. Well, yeah, obviously. We gotta stick with the dwarven theme of me. I am a dwarf, and I am currently digging in a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. I'm digging a hole. Yes. So, what mods did Soulspawn add to the server? You know, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have no clue. What I could do, though, is because I am also an admin through the hosting site, so we both use the same hosting site, G Portal. I'm thinking I might be able to look and see what mods he added, because I don't know what commands there are to see mods or anything like that. Well, let's see if we can look in the file manager to see what he added. Let's see. File manager. Mod data. So, according to this mod data folder, he added Carry On. What's in the new update? I don't keep up with that stuff. You know, we probably should have started off by actually reading through the changelog. That's the word I was trying to think of. Let me go ahead and pull up Vintage Story Wiki, because I don't have it saved. Let's see. Recent changes? No, not that. Excuse me. Okay, I know there's a lot to do with like the ocean and stuff like that. So if we go ahead and look through here, we have more ocean content, which is multiple types of coral reefs, tiny fish particles, reef fish, and more. We also get some new sand blocks, or they're called coral blocks, I'm sorry. Coral, cobblestone, coral fence, and wavy sand. And we also get a whole bunch of new ocean fish. We get some large waves in the oceans. Sailboat upgrades so that you can name the boat and attach shields. And you can also furl and unfurl the sail in order to go faster and slower, and that's how you move now. For some homesteading content, you can place more items onto shelves, so that it looks like cheeses, molds, some ores, perhaps, I think is what I'm seeing here. We also got colored crocks, bowls, pots, vessels, and watering cans. And we also have more ground storage now, which is honestly pretty nice. We also get some bear hide trophy armor. So killing bears gets us we can make some hide armor. Survival content, slow healing system. Yep, remember that. For elks, when we eventually get into taming, we can attach a falx or bow and temporal gears, and you can ride them with a friend. There's also a bunch of new hairstyles that were added in, so we can go see a barber and get our hairstyle changed. Chapter 2 story upgrades, extra lore and challenges and stuff like that, which we haven't gotten into much of that. We got improved visual upgrades such as serif faces, volumetric cloud systems, so clouds look a lot better now. Majorly reworked deer and moose animations. We also get ceramic tiles, for blocks wise, we get ceramic tiles, 2 new iron door variants, new papyrus variants of reedware, and we also now have wooden paths, which are wood typed in 3D. Yeah, so there's a good chunk that has been added in to this update. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all, folks. I don't know. Let's go back into here. What was that thing about healing? It's no longer instant healing. The healing is slowly progressive over time now instead of instantly. That's what's changed. So yeah, we might have to go do a little bit of exploring on the boat to kind of see some of these new features. The rest, of course, just like, that's it. I wanted more from it this update. Yeah, this update seems really interesting, really neat, especially when it comes to the ocean, adding in new fish types and such, especially when it came to like fish in general. They were a very boring mob before, and seeing some changes might be nice for people. Personally, I'm all for it, because I like seeing like different types of fish swimming around in an ocean or a river or something. But I think it's more pertaining to oceans than rivers. Although I have noticed when it comes to world generation, it's more so just splotches of water than rivers or anything like that. So maybe in the future, I would at least suggest is getting rivers in rather than these random splotches of water. But that's just me. Alright, I'm gonna get the last bit of this wall here, and then I'm gonna do a quick BRB to get myself some water. So I've been feeling pretty dehydrated today. So getting some water in me is probably gonna be ideal. They should make special huge ocean-bound rust world creatures that tear your boat to shreds underneath you if you're on the water in a temporal storm. My thalassophobia hates that idea. Kaju, no. That's a big no-no from me. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna chill in here while I run out really quick. My thalassophobia loves that idea. No. Alright, I will be back in just a couple minutes. So if you guys, I know we're only 43 minutes into stream, but you need to go ahead, stretch your legs, grab a snack, do whatever you need to do. We will be back in just a few. All right, everybody, I have returned. Let's get back into it. Mouse. I hear we got some friends outside. Uh-oh. No big deal. Just take a couple of these guys out and then we will go to sleep. Sleep through the night. Also probably should have been paying attention for whoever's on, potentially. That's still good. I put this... Wait, if I put this... No. No, I think that suppresses that. Audio output. No, I feel like there's something I needed to do, but I can't remember. With this... well, that's not a huge deal. Oh, ow! There's a rift right over there. Oh my god, hi! Jesus Christ. That was not fun. Oh, the head moves now when it's dead? I don't like that. My thirst for new combat scenarios and enemy types is fighting to the death with my thirst for new utility and improvements because they both know dev time and resources are limited. I mean, yeah, this is true. There's nothing in there. What am I doing? Yeah, we'll just eat this. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more digging around. Probably fill up our inventory as much as we can. Make some more blocks, and then we're gonna get started into a building. It's gonna be a great time. Oh, okay, we got... Yeah, we got a couple, Out. Out. The torch is definitely in... Ah! Oh, God. Oh, no. No, no, no. I'm in danger. I am so in danger. Why? Oh god, I need to go. I need to go. Go, 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 go. Oh, I need to heal. Oh, jeez. Dude, dude tried to throw a rock at me and hit himself. What an idiot. Ho, 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 ho. The shiver was the main thing that I was worried about. Everything else is kind of meh. Where's my other arrow? They must have broke, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna have to make some more arrows at some point. These wolves outside are causing a ruckus. We're pretty much just making a mob farm at this point down here for all these bad things to spawn until I can properly light it up. I just realized that the new monsters in my setting are somewhat similar to Rust World creatures. I wonder if it was inspired without realizing it. There's a very good chance. I would say inspirations are always... I would say a solid 90-ish% of inspirations for new creatures and stuff like that would come from something else that was already thought of. Like, for example, I was forget what, it might have been some sort of like fantasy TikTok thing that I had seen where it was like fantasy creatures or whatever. And basically it was, ow. You jerk. That really hurt. Yeah, I'm just gonna use these up a couple. Yeah, some sort of fantasy TikTok thing that I had seen, which had inspired me to create one of the first paranormal magical entities of the Solus world in Mistwights. And I can't remember the exact lore that I had wrote about them. I would have to take a look at the Solus World Anvil page to kind of refresh myself on what I had written, because this was like probably at least over a month ago now that I had thought about this creature concept. But it's not bad to get inspiration from something else. Like at some point, I would absolutely love to create my own Dwarven language, and it's probably going to be heavily inspired by Tolkien's Dwarven language of Khuzdul. It happens. Obviously, I need to try to make it unique enough so that nobody can claim, oh, you just ripped off Tolkien. Bro doesn't remember every single thing he's ever written. Pathetic. Couldn't be. Well, that's why I have World Anvil, okay? I have the attention span and memory of a walnut, okay? I can't help it. I've had too much brain damage in my life to be able to remember that kind of stuff, okay? I'm sorry. And you heard that right. Brain damage. Bro just said dream damage. I shit you not, I've had a lot of trauma to the head. I've cracked my skull open twice. Granted, when I was a lot younger, falling downstairs and running into tables doesn't necessarily help. I don't know if you can really see it very well in the light, but right here is a scar from when I ran into a coffee table when I was like 3 or 4. And I've had, oh, I don't know, at least 3 concussions from playing football. Yeah, I have brain damage. Okay, we're almost full on inventory space, so we're just gonna pretty much grab up whatever we can now and craft it, or craft everything up into blocks. I think we have enough for now. Maybe. If we need to come back from war, we can. But I really just want to start getting some buildings up around the ports. I had a good number of concussions in my childhood that have almost certainly had effects on my mental faculties. Exactly. You know, This I remember vividly because this was probably the worst concussion that I had. I was kickoff return for my football team, and I went to go get the ball because it was a very muddy football game. So kickoff, ball lands right in front of me, and I dive on top of it, and I go to get up and run, and as soon as I lift my head, shit you not, big old country boy goes head first right here with me, and I shit you not could not feel my arms and legs for a solid 10-15 minutes. So I had to be carted off the field, taken to the hospital, and obviously along the way I got feeling back and everything, which was a very good thing, but that could have ended way worse than it did. Okay, so building time. I might actually need to go do some tree harvesting first for some maple. Yeah, we're gonna have to go chop down a few maple trees first. We could have never had Z-Man. The stars aligned to bring us more vintage story. Listen, I wouldn't say that there wouldn't have been any Z-Man, because I want to say around 16, 17 was when I made some of my first videos. So right in high school times. So you would have had maybe just the tiniest sliver of Z-Man on the internet. But not as much as y'all might have wanted. Or asked for that matter. But here I am today. Okay. Trying to... I'm gonna pause my music real quick. Trying to listen for the bees. I swear there was a tree that had bees somewhere. I can hear them. Ah! Jesus Christ. You two scared the crap out of me. Oh, why is there a deep drifter? Why is there a shiver? Jesus Christ. Where did this guy come from? That's what I'm more so curious about. Me out for now. I'll be back in an hour at most. Alright, Kaji, we'll see you when you get back. I'm trying to figure out where the heck this beehive is. Alright, at least we know it's here. So we're gonna try to avoid this area. Let's get the... Ow. God. It might be that cave that's like right there. That's causing I need to heal. These guys are doing way too much. Well, I guess it is a deep drifter, so it's doing a little bit more damage. I get rid of that now. Today's stream chat mod showcase is brought to you by no one, because I don't get paid. Me too. Immersive wood chopping. Okay. I'm listening. Oh, crap. Did I mean to throw my axe? This mod changes the way of obtaining firewood by making it a bit more immersive. You don't have the ability to craft firewood in normal grid by default. Instead, you need to place a log in world and then hold right click with axe in hand to chop it into firewood. I like that. Sir? Yeah, there's definitely bees up in this tree too. I'm gonna try to remember to not chop that tree down. Everything else though is fair game. I like that mod showcase, Rescord. Thank you. Thank you for providing the world with that information. Surprise second mod. Let's go. Give us the knowledge, Rescore. What are we missing out on in this world? Sluice? You craft it, put it in water, place a bony soil, muddy gravel, sand, or gravel into its input slot. Wait a few seconds, and then you should see an item in the output slot. Okay. Interesting. It's very interesting. What does the item that's output do? Does it do anything to benefit us? Is it just there to exist? These are the hard-hitting questions we must get answered. White oyster. Oh, these can be eaten. Sure, I'll just eat them to get them out of my inventory. So we have more space for items. Anywho, I'll be back later. It's the normal things you get from sieving soil and the others only. Okay, so it's automatic sieving. Got it. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. How many could have more? I'm curious to see if these ponds... Okay, it looks like it's still just pink salmon that spawn in these smaller ponds and such. I was kind of hoping we could get more fish spawns in the ponds and whatever, but I don't know. Maybe that's just hopeful thinking, wishing for me. I don't want cow parsley. I just want logs. This is a nice little coved out area, though. I will say that much. Hoping there's no bees in this tree. I think that's pretty much all that we're going to be able to hold when it comes to what we have currently. I mean, we could drop off a couple more things. Chop down a couple more trees, perhaps. I really do just want to get to some building as soon as possible, honestly. I'm also going to need a lot of pine, now that I think about it, for the roofs. Ooh, I did not think of that. So while I was harvesting all this maple, I did not have the foresight to think about getting pine. Oops. Because maple's more so just the, whatchamacallits, the accent block, as compared to pine being a actual material for we need for floors and the roofs. Yeah, I did not think about that. Oops. Maybe instead, I don't know about redwood, because I think Soulspawn's using a lot of redwood. Trying to think of where we can find more pine, because I don't have a proper tree farm or anything like that right now. Just gonna finish off this porridge here and this serving of meat stew. How much pine? We do have a little bit of pine. And support beams and such, which is good. We can at least use some of that up first. We might still have to go do some tree chopping regardless. I'm trying to think of how far we've explored. Obviously all the way down to here, and we have waypoints all over. This is where the teleporter took us. But we really haven't gone super far west. Wonder if we could potentially go find some more pine over that way. I don't think this is more redwood than anything. Man, do I have any pine saplings? Or not saplings, pine cones to grow the pine? I do. I have a few. I think that's all I have too. I think temporarily we're just gonna put our saplings, or why do I keep calling them saplings? Our pine cones right in here. This is where most of like the lumber and stuff that we'll need will grow. Sure, that makes sense. I do see some pine trees off in the distance. I might just go harvest those whenever we have around here, I guess. Oh, that's oak. Our bees are somewhere around here. Don't know exactly where. There's the big scary cave. And there's another cave. Just looking for pine. Oh, there's a rift right there. Lovely. Ah, here's more pine. That's a lot of wolves. Ah! Jeez. Turned around just in time to notice this guy. Jesus. Can't sneak up on me like that. Oh, you actually had something for me. Whew, right. Oh, let's go. Temporal gear. That's awesome. It does look like there's a few pine trees up there. We might go get those. Yeah, we probably should, actually. How do I get up there? That's an excellent question. There's a couple more up this way, too. Damn it. Parkour. Parkour. Oh, more maple. Nice. Mouse, don't slip. Reaching out to get my water. It's important to stay hydrated. Ah, that was really, really stupid by me. I meant to crouch and I just full sprinted off the edge there. Ya big dummy. What are you doing? Trying to get yourself killed? Cat, do not scratch my chair. How many times are we gonna have to fight over this? How many times are we gonna have to teach you this lesson, old man? Come here. Hey, what are you doing? You're not going anywhere yet. Say hi to chat. Can you say hi to chat? Can you say hi? You wave? Can you not freak out? Can you just wave? No, she's gonna freak out. Okay. What are you doing? Hmm? What are you doing? What? What is it, my precious little baby? Yeah. You're my precious little baby. Kitty cat. Kitty cat. Alright, I'm going to chop down this tree here. And then we're going to make our way home. Alright. Maybe not. I think we're just going to go home. But let's try and not yeet ourselves off the cliff edge. Ideally. Hi, kitty cat. Alright, we got 1 serving of meat stew. Let's go ahead and throw this stuff into here. Wait, you want to give me a kiss? Are you gonna give me some headbutts? She's so stinking cute. I love this cat, even though she drives me absolutely insane. Yeah, you drive me insane, but I still love you anyways. Yeah. All right. Definitely going to need a lot more pine than what we have currently. But I do need to get some more food first. All right. Let's go get a few more pine trees. Just because I know that's what we're going to need the most of. I don't know why I spent so much time getting a ton of maple. But hindsight is 2020. Alright. Ooh, here's a few more pine trees right over here. Wait, did I plant? I feel like I planted these and then just completely forgot about them. You know, that does sound like something I would do. Now I think about it. Also, bye, kitty cat. What the hell? What the hell is happening? Jesus. My keyboard just randomly disconnected from my computer. Didn't like that. Okay. Really? Out of all that, we only get 1 pine cone? That seems dumb. But alright. Okay. So... just gonna put these blocks down. Put the sticks away. Well, actually, how do we make the wooden paths? So it looks like it's just 2 boards and a nope. Chat, go away. H path. Okay, so it's literally just a saw and 2 planks. Okay, that's not too bad. We might implement a few wooden paths around here. We'll see. Well, I do need to grab a couple stacks of... Ah! Bro. Jeez. I really need to light my upstairs, because these guys just keep spawning. Oh, look at that. Very convenient. A lantern. oil lantern or oil lamp, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, for now I'm just gonna throw a couple stacks of that, and then all of the... In hindsight, this is definitely not enough shale cobblestone. Definitely should have tried to get some more. I really just want to kind of get a baseline for what we're going to build. Also, I'm going to need my saw. Need my saw, dude. Right. I did remember that I was starting to dig this out so that we could... get a defined pathway. Right. Now, when it comes to this cliff face here, I was potentially thinking of doing like some sort of tavern. I'm sorry, I have to check this really quick. Ooh. Sorry, I have to answer this. Yes. I might end up having to message these people back, but we'll get to it when we get to it. So this cliff here kind of gives, like, we could put like some sort of tavern in here. That would be pretty cool. We do have a little bit of landscaping that needs to be done here, so that's not just a flat faced area. So probably the most ideal thing for us to do is to just simply dig this all out. And we want to try to make it look still pretty natural, I think. Even, actually, I'm thinking a shop might go right here. So we're just gonna clear this out first, so we can get a better understanding and idea for where we want our shops to be. So, tavern right there. And then right next door, we can do a shop. So we'll just dig out this section like so. We do have some pine leaves right here. I wonder if there's a... Nope. There must have been a tree here at one point. We must have chopped it down. So, yeah. That's fine. Get those leaves out of there. Okay. Sorry, I'm a businessman now, so I gotta negotiate with clients for how much my services are required. God, that sounded so cringy. I hate that, actually. It's not the type of businessman I want to be, damn it. What, Rescore? What? You got something to say to me? Welcome back, though. Businessman sounds like a pimp. No, I think you know that I do dog sitting as like a side hustle type thing. And this couple that I had met with last weekish for a possible dog sitting gig. I meet a lot of these people through Rover, but Rover takes out an insane chunk from the people that work on there, along with the fees and everything. So we do stuff outside of Rover, which, you know, kind of goes against terms of service, but but this couple I was going to dog sit for is like starting the week of Thanksgiving, of US Thanksgiving, going all the way till mid-December. So it's like 22 days total. And Rover wanted to charge these people $3,200 for the entire time. Now keep in mind, it is 7 dogs that I have to take care of. But $3,200 for 22 nights, the math ain't mathin'. And what actually happened was Rover charged these people, or gave it, essentially estimated the cost for the rates and everything like that, because during holidays rates are increased. But yeah, I was like, $3,200 is absolutely insane, even for 7 dogs, where I don't have to walk them. As long as I let them out, I make sure that they're fed and everything. Like, it's a pretty easy gig. I will be 100% honest. It's not hard. So I definitely don't want to scam these people out of $3,200. So I'm basically talking with these people to like figure out what would be a fair price. Okay, I think we're honestly thinking about it for 7 dogs and making sure that they're taken care of. And, you know, you play with them, you feed them, and all that kind of stuff. I would even say like $100 a day for 7 dogs is pretty fair, because 100 divided by 7 is like, what is 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 100 divided by 7 is like between $15 and $17, maybe between $14 to $17. I think, if the math is mathin' in my head. So like $100 a day for 22 days. Yeah, that still comes out to $2,200. But compared to the $3,200 to $3,300 that these people were gonna pay through Rover is absolutely absurd. Hell, I'd even be happy with $2,000. All right, so this is where one of the shops is going to lie, right in this corner. And you know what? I should probably utilize some signs. How do I make signs again? I know we have one sign. It's literally just 2 boards and a stick. Okay. I did also see we have signposts. We might have to utilize these too. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? I was gonna say we definitely have more boards than that. Sign. Petey, get away from the door. No better. Plus, the signs are going to help with, like, planning where things are going to go and everything like that. I cannot use that. I might have to use some limestone, actually. Yeah. Do I have any limestone or chalk for that matter? I thought we might have had some. Here's 1 limestone. I swear I thought I had more than this, but I could be wrong. Sorry, I've seen this. Okay. Edit sign text. Okay. So it's going to be home of the future tavern. Cliffside Tavern. So that's going to go there. Let's go ahead and just make a couple signs as I make 8. I can count. I might actually have some more limestone sitting in the boat. That might be where it is that I'm thinking of. Oh, we also have some more shale cobblestone. Let's go. Nothing in there. Tools. Aha. Knew I had more limestone somewhere. Sticks. We'll just leave that in there for now. So home of shop 1. Rent. What? See, the problem is rent to be determined. Nah, damn it. Home of shop 1. Rent to be determined. So shop 1's going to go there. And then we have the Cliffside Tavern right here. Kind of thinking off in this direction, we could put a couple different shops too, like back in here. Maybe dig this part out, perhaps. Kind of just open this space up a bit more. And then like back around here, some people could probably build some houses and stuff like that. So a larger shop here, so rent will be a little bit higher. I'm thinking we remove this grass, might end up having to make a new shovel here soon. Probably would help to kind of also define where the port's gonna sit. So I know it's going to be like, it's going to be very square. This whole thing. But I think if we can define this first, it'll be better for us. So I want to kind of have the shops pretty close to where people are going to like park their boats and everything. This kind of makes sense. Like once you immediately come into the town via sea route, you want to be able to get your product off the ship as quick as possible. Because, you know, I don't know. Seems logical to me. What? What the hell hurt me? This shovel's also... Do I have another shovel? Is it another good question? Am I just gonna have to make another? Might end up having to make a couple more chests too. Or another trunk at least. So not there. I'd very much appreciate it if you went in the right spot. I'll take a couple. Leave that. I don't think I have another shovel. So I think when I first got here, I had pre-made some pickaxes and axes, but I don't think a shovel was a part of that. So let me double check though. You know, you never know what we'll find in storage. No. No. Nope. Nope. Yeah, it looks like it's only pickaxes. So I'm probably gonna have to make a couple shovels. And we do have some coal and iron plumes already, so this will work out. How's everybody in chat doing? You guys still having a good time hanging in there? These wolves are so freaking loud, man. Like, what the heck? So, when it comes to grounds... I mean, this isn't necessarily what I wanted. I don't want this to just be sitting out in the open. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. So I'm going to pick that up. I still need my saw. Saw, dude. Where's my hammer? I don't know. I feel like we might need 3 for that. I don't think so. I need to go get some sticks. So that I have those for when I can make the shovel. Leave that there for now. Alright, never mind. Oh, I do need the tongs. Where are my tongs? I might have dropped them off in here. Did I? Yes, I did. Guys, I'm remembering things. You guys should be so proud of me. And hammer. Nope, that's a chisel. It's my hammer. That's my scythe. Oh. Hammer's already in my inventory. Duh. It's getting very dark very fast, which I also don't necessarily like. So I'm going to try to make this pretty much as quick as possible. I don't know why I pushed all that stuff off to the side like so. Definitely gonna have to be careful because anything can really sneak up on me at this point. Just gonna put that there for now. So we need a shovel. Bing, bing, bap, boom, boom. Need to remember not to break any of those corners. Beautiful. All right, at least we will have a shovel. We're gonna just start with that. These iron shovels generally last a pretty long time. Okay. Oh, I need to stretch for a second. Okay. Another shovel. And then we can throw this stuff right into there for now. I do want my limestone back so I have a relatively good idea of what. So I need that for marking my signs. Oh, I'm using the wrong shovel already. So the shop's not going to be super big. We don't want it to be... I want some smaller shops. Obviously, various sized shops would be ideal. Yep, there goes that shovel. Honestly, it might not be a terrible idea to just build this corner out, because ships should still have enough space to cruise through here. What's going on, Kaju? Welcome back. Didn't miss a whole lot. Just some more resource gathering, and then we started kind of laying out some foundations for where shops are going to go. We have one shop, and then the Cliffside Tavern is going to be right there. I'm kind of thinking we might put like some windows up along through here. Just kind of make it look like it's actually part of the cliff kind of thing. I will say that this does not line up very well. Or is this 5 blocks? Yeah, this is also 5. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? Well, I guess the easiest way to fix it is just remove this layer. That instrument in the background music is amazing. It's mystical. It's... I'm trying to think of the proper word. Kind of reminds me of like alpine music almost. I mean, obviously like the bagpipes. They sound like bagpipes to me. I don't think they actually are. But yeah, it kind of just that song kind of just puts the vibe in for like the alpine mountains, the Alps. You know, I keep hearing these wolves howling, but I'm not seeing them. And that's kind of concerning, if I'm being honest. Alright, so we'll put another shop here. So we'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. If we break it up, we can have a small alley here. Have these be a little more narrow, and we'll have them go out back this way. Sick. Let's see. Whimsical Village in the morning ad music. Pretty much, yeah. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these shops are going to be pretty narrow. But they'll come back into this area a bit. See, this fantasy music, at least I think most of the music that I have is fantasy themed. Mystical kind of genre. I go through Epidemic Sounds for a lot of my music, and I will be 100% honest, their like fantasy medieval music is very limited. I have had some thoughts of potentially looking for another like place I can license some music from for my videos and streams. We're on the bagpipes, so I'm going to buy some land first. Land's always good to own. I can imagine this music playing over a scene of kids running down the main road of a small village at the start of an anime episode. I mean, very well could. I don't watch anime, so that's not what I see when I'm listening to this music. Two, three. 1, 2, 3. Cat. Knock it off. So then right here is going to be a small little alley. In Texas, you don't need building permits, or they're easier to obtain. Land in West Texas isn't that expensive either. Well, wherever you can get land, I would say go for it. Although, didn't you say you're trying to... Are you trying to get citizenship in South Korea or Korea in general? Rescore. Come here, kitty cat. Want attention? You're gonna get it. Also, just want to point out, I am holding the tongs backwards. That seems to have been broken in this update. Yes, hello, kitty cat. Are you gonna say hi? You want to say hi to chat real quick? Can you say hi? Can you say hi to chat? Why are you drooling? What the hell is wrong with you? Just drooled all over my shirt. Weirdo. Residency. Oh, okay. Not citizenship. Residency. Gotcha. Oh, yes, I know. Oh, yes, I know, my precious little baby. I know. Dude, you are blocking my keyboard. You are not the tiny cat that you once were. You don't fit on the desk when I'm playing games anymore. You're a chunky monkey. That's what you are. You are a chunky kitty cat. Where are you trying to go? What are you doing? I honestly thought she was going to look right into the camera and I was going to laugh. Oh, yes, I know. Owning land here is a good investment as I plan to put solar in a massive underground water reservoir. That's nice. That'd be nice to have. Yeah, personally, like where I live right now, like with my grandparents, it's about almost 2 acres of land. I don't need a whole lot of land either. Most of the land is pretty open. I do have some woods off in the back of the house here. And like, this is like a very good spot where I live because it's not super close to the city, so I don't have to deal with people nearly as much, which is super nice. And yeah, just not having to deal with people is like one of the big things for me when I want to buy, when I eventually can buy a house, if ever at all. Well, the plan was to buy this house off my grandparents. Still kind of the plan, but you never know. Plans can always change. Home of shop 3, rent TBD. Home of Shop 2. Rent TBD. And then kind of the idea that I have for this town too is that, like, if there's going to be outside people, you know, renting shops in town, that's what rent is. But if there's locals that are going to be living in this town and they have their own shops, or they're going to have these shops or whatever, I kind of want to allow them to have the liberty of not paying rent, but some sort of tax system. Because capitalism. And yes, you see that right. Are you making this town for actual players? Yeah, this is a multiplayer world, Kaju. This is the Soulless gaming server where Soulspawn and I play, where we have people that are channel members that play on the server as well, which is why if you become a channel member, you can play on the server with us and have fun, interact with Soulspawn and I a bit more than just normal chat and comments. There's a 100,000 property I'm interested in, as it has a creek and a spring. The creek can be dammed, and I could put in a water wheel generator. That'd be pretty cool. Cat! Dude, stop scratching the chair. I know there's multiple players, but is there enough people to do stuff like this, or is this like a future proofing? I mean, it's... Yes. Realistically speaking, I think there's, what, 6 or 7 total people. Let me check. Let me check the Soulless Gaming Discord, which, by the way, you can totally check that out in the description if you are interested in interacting outside of chat. Soulless Gaming Discord is in the description below. I'm trying to see how many people. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a total of 7 people that we're not always on at the same time. But, you know, we want to plan for, you know, more people, you know, joining in the future. They're like, oh, cool, they have this. I want to be a channel member and play with us. Like, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3 shops so far. What is happening here? Oh, it's just Soulspawn. Capitalism. Yes, we love capitalism around here. So, we have 3 shops so far. I'm trying to think of how many more we want to put in, because I don't want there to be just shops along here. We'll probably put a couple around here, but more so thematical shops, like a lumber yard back where we have the trees, or a blacksmith where, you know, kind of like spread things out a bit better. You know, give people an incentive to want to travel through the town. that kind of stuff. Ah, yes, an axe, the perfect grass cutting instrument. It's perfect. It's very fast. I'm not sitting there with a knife. I mean, it's... I definitely think... Because, I mean, with a knife, too, you also have the multiple layers that you're cutting, so I don't like using that to clear out grass and such. I do need more maple, though. There's some. There's some more. What about in here? Aha, here we go. Let's put some of this stuff away. Give myself a little more inventory room to play with. Couple more stacks of maple should be good. These other stacks of pine, I'm just gonna throw right in there. I've advised you about the scythe, but no, I have one. I have a scythe. It's just sitting over here. It is nice because, you know, you can clear out a larger space, but it's also slower than an axe. So, yes, you clear out more and all, but for a space like this, when I can just have an axe and boom, 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 like, I just prefer the axe, okay? And we can use our scythe for harvesting crops, I think. Maybe. Alright, so we have one large shop. I'm thinking we're gonna have another large shop, like, right here. Especially on this more... I wouldn't say private, but, like, when you're coming right in here, like, these spots are specifically reserved for people. You should dedicate hours and hours of your life to make gunpowder weapons. Like, I know there's bombs and all, but, like, when you're talking gunpowder weapons, what do you mean by that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So this shop is going to be pretty large. So, hell, we might even turn this one into our own little shop right on the water here. We'll see. There are flint... No, there's not. You're thinking of mods, I think. We don't have that mod on the server. Yes, silly goose. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Go away, grass. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it. There's already tons of it. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna make this my shop because I can. Home of Z-Man's shop. It's mine. Fuck off. Okay. So we do have to, just because my OCD is going to be like, oh, you need to do it like this. Otherwise, it's going to be ugly. So I'm thinking another smaller shop right in the corner here might not be a terrible idea. Let's kind of dig out the space for it. Actually, you know what? Having it so that's like a couple blocks higher off the ground might not be the worst idea. Two, three, four, five. Okay. So we're going to have this shop up here. Trying to kind of give these a little bit more height differential, I think. So we have that one. I'm thinking like one more. Or like maybe even a couple back over this way. I want to have a big enough pathway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 1, 2. Yeah, get rid of this block. Put that there. And go. Whoop. These are more like the medium-sized shops, I would say. I would say these, like, technically 3 by 7 shops are smaller. Just because the square footage really isn't there. But, like, the 5 by 5s, I feel like is a little bit more spacious than those. Jesus, how many wolves are there? A lot of them. But yeah, so basically, I don't think I can do it with cobblestone. Nope. Yeah, so I basically need the item that I'm using and then some clay to make the stairs. One, two, three, 4, 5. Right. Three, 4, 5. So we got that. Home of shop. 4? All right, it is getting dark though, so we should probably get ready to go to sleep here pretty soon. What day is it? 6th of March. I don't think it's warm enough yet to start planting crops. But don't think I'm going to use the slanted roofs or the cornered roofs like we have been. I'm going to grab this so I can actually see what I'm doing. So, well, more so you guys can see what I'm doing for like the basic roof structure design dealio. Yeah, and then these will meet up in the center. Put some caps on there. Where do I still have my saw? I do. A saw, dude. Hi, Petey. How's it going? So I think, yeah, that's the ridge. Oh, that's a roof tip. Interesting. What was it? Ah, here we are. Ah, shoot, that's right. It requires 2. Pete the King. You know what? Yeah. Pete is the actual true ruler. I'm just his vassal. That's how that's going to work. 100%. Honestly, I might as well just do that. Sure, we'll do that. What time is it? We should be able to sleep till sunrise. King Pete the First. All hail King Pete the First. What time is it? 6:14. I think it's a perfect time to get out here. All right, so now that we actually have a pretty solid idea of how this whole system is going to work, don't wander off the edge too much. One is short, rabbit life is over. One of the next 18 Pete's will take his place. Exactly. That's exactly how that's gonna go. We're gonna get Pete. Oh gosh. All right, I fell. Help! I've fallen. Jeez, we've already pretty much used up our entire roof. So I'm gonna need a lot more pine than what I currently have. Okay. So, like, one of the things that I have in mind when it comes to, you know, people renting out these shops and everything, I want them to be able to have at least a little bit of play with how they will look. And I'm thinking one of the things that we'll do is we'll change out the roof colors so that they're not exactly like mine if that's not what they want, kind of thing, if that makes sense. I feel like that makes sense. It's like if somebody wants a redwood roof instead of the pine, sure, we can do that. Swap out the roof for them. But as for like the boundaries and such of the shops, I think we will kind of leave it up for any ideas and suggestions. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more pine wood for our shops. We do have a few stacks which we can use. It's not a whole lot. It's not gonna get us very far. Especially for the bigger shops, too. You need so much. Ugh. Just tap it in. Nope, that's not where that's supposed to go. Give me that one back. Seriously? Come on, game. Let me up! Okay, you're gonna make me do this the hard way? Sure. Okay. All right, that goes there, and then gonna need one more of those. Nope, that's not how that's supposed to go. Beautiful. Alright, so for floor... I think roof and flooring are like one of the things that we can be pretty malleable with when it comes to... or flexible, I should say. Pretty flexible. But I think just to start out, we're just going to put a standard pine floor in. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid idea. Crap. To kind of keep that in mind is the orientation. I am so gonna have to go out and chop down more pine trees. Probably need to also grab some more whatchamacallit. Shale stone. Yeah. Probably gonna need to get some more shale for building, because we are very low on it. Are we? I feel like there might be a stack or two in the boat still. Plus, we also have a few stacks of that. Sure. Yeah, that works. Unless I did, in fact, take it. Yeah, we're going to have to go do some mining really quick. We'll make what we can with the shale that we have. That's slate. We don't want slate. All right, here we go. We have a little bit over a stack to use up, which truly, I don't recall how glass windows work. I think it's obviously just like glass. I have an itch right here. It just won't go away. Yeah, I mean, we can do glass panes. We can do slabs. But it doesn't seem how... I'm trying to think of how we could get the wind. I think we might just have to do like the glass panes for windows. All right, so this is like shop one, or, well, that technically is kind of a shop done, kind of. Well, I'm going to leave the windows out because I think the windows, the roof, and the floors are something that we can allow the people to be able to customize. So that goes in like such. And that's all the shale that we have. Lovely. Well, this is technically shale right here. And we do need to hollow this out. The sign actually like hangs in the air. That's funny. Alright, we're gonna do this. Guess it helps. Home of the Future Cliffside Tavern. Sup, Noodle? Welcome in. How you doing? Currently playing on the Solus Gaming World. If you're interested in hopping on, I mean, your call. Got other stuff going on. I completely understand. But yeah, I'm just over here doing the things and such. We might end up not getting as much shale as I would like because of all this quartz, but we are gonna need the quartz anyways, so this should be fine. I'm thinking we'll go over about a block. I think we'll be fine, just to give us a little more room. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to show you a clip of the person you sound like. Oh. Interesting. Why are you comparing me to other people? I'm pretty unique. You might hop on? Okay. Like I said, you certainly don't have to, but I've been here all by myself for the past 2.5 hours. You're so unique that nobody could ever be like you. Listen, I am unhinged. Feral sometimes. Nobody can imitate me. And yes, I do bite sometimes. Okay, well, I'm still a baby noob, so let me know if I'm dragging you down. Psst. No worries. I'm here to help whenever I can for my limited knowledge of the game. I am by no means a professional at this game, might I say. So do not worry if you feel like you're weighing me down or anything like that. Because I, too, am not the best at this game either. Teach me the ways, Sensei. Listen, sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, okay? Alright, so I want to make this relatively large. I mean, how... I'm going to have to move this sign again. Sure, we're just going to put it in here. It works. Home of the future Cliffside Tavern. Okay, let me set up. Pre-sweetened tea bags are the best idea I've ever bought. I honestly didn't know that was a thing, Rescore. I did not know that was a thing. So I should probably see how large this is. I mean, it's a decent sized cliff thing. So I feel like we can go a few blocks back this way. I'm also hearing monsters, so there might be a potential cave around here too that I'm gonna have to light up. Oh boy, love that for me. Absolutely love it. Well, I guess while I am just mining, I'm gonna empty out my inventory really quick. So I'm not carrying a bunch of random junk. Oh, there's more pine. I knew I had more pine somewhere. Quartz can go in there. For now, we can hang these 3 tools up. Give us as much room as possible to work with. And just because my OCD is going to bother me, making sure that I want to make sure that this is finished. Knowing that this isn't finished is bothering me. Okay, so shop number 2 has been constructed. So we're gonna spend. I should probably go get another pickaxe while I'm out and about. There we go. Still have 4 iron pickaxes. I don't know, to me, I feel like these pickaxes last us a very long while. 4 whole iron pickaxes? Greedy. Listen. I am the iron slumlord around here, okay? I have way too much iron. But if people want iron, they gotta buy it from me. Because that's how capitalism works. Goods and services. Financial ratios. I don't know, I'm just spitting out terms from my financial classes I've been taking. Financial what? Financial ratios. How dare you speak Wall Street at me? Get with the times, Noodle. We earning the big bucks around here. I'm on my way and I'm gonna kick your ass. I don't know if you want to do that. Remember how you said you wanted me to teach you? You kick my ass, you're not getting any tutoring. You hear me? Did the code thing change recently? Yeah, so the IP address has been changed again. The server host has... The server hosting has been a little bit wacky when it comes to IP changes for Vintage Story, at least I've noticed. I've had my Minecraft server now for at least close to a year now, if not longer, and I haven't had a single IP change once. So it's gotta be Vintage Story, man. It should be listed under general information in the Solus Discord, Noodle. Just maybe the light change colors a bit. Tornado's gonna show up. I guess I should make... Well, I can go ways back for sure. Yet... And if we happen to dig a bit too far, we can always go get more blocks from our quarry. Okay, got the new address. Be back for a few minutes and then I'll hop onto the server. Sounds good. And by the way, just an FYI for everybody, Noodle is a channel member for Soulspawn, so they get access to the Vintage Story server. And if you've been watching for this long and you thought, hey, this would be pretty cool to play with them, I wish I could do that. Become a channel member today, and you can get the opportunity to hop on the Vintage Story server and play with me, Soulspawn, and the other community members. It's a great time. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna dig out the rest of this chunk here that we've started to dig out this corner here, and then we'll get back to building here very shortly. I might have to go get some more pine wood though, so we might have end up doing that right after this. It's expensive to make the blocks that we need. I'm also gonna have to put like a torch or two in here so that mobs don't spawn, hopefully, as often. Yeah. Oh god, what time is it? It's almost 2000. I guess we'll go ahead and sleep the night away. How's everybody else doing? You guys still having a good time? Oh, that's just soul spawn. We can ignore him. Kitty cat, what are you doing? Alright, let's put... Am I just seeing things now? I swear to God, I thought I saw a shiver. I might be going crazy. What time is it? Almost 6 a.m. 15 till. Yeah, this quartz vein is absolutely massive. Generally speaking, whenever I've seen quartz veins, they are very, very big. So, I shouldn't be that surprised. Alright, we just got a little bit more to go here. Then we're going to go get some more pine wood. And then we will come back and continue building up some of these shops. I'd say we got a pretty decent amount of shale rock. Where did I... Clay. We'll just grab a couple stacks for now. Alright, couple more stacks. made. Definitely not enough, but it's a start. It is certainly a start. All right, find some pine trees, chop them down. I should probably see if these other trees over here started sprouting yet or not. I think they generally sprout within a day or so, right? Yeah. And then about 12 days end game, we'll have some actual big pine trees. But before I do that, I need to climb back up here. And get these other pine trees that I've been seeing. Because every log counts. Oh yeah, I meant to check something else. Guess while I'm chopping down trees, I can check. Okay. All right, a few more. Oh, another pine tree right here. Beautiful. Well, guess not that much. Or as much as I was hoping for. I hear a chicken. I think right over here there might... Yep. It's right on the cliff edge, which I don't like because we could potentially lose a couple blocks in the leaves. We'll see. Awesome. We're actually almost... This thing's almost broken. So I should maybe go back and get another axe at some point here. That's the big cave. Then we got the smaller cave right beside it. Actually, I think it just goes into the big cave. Same difference. Then we have, what? Oak there. It's got some big oak trees. I'm looking for pine trees. You know, I thought I heard some buzzing. Come on. You know, there's definitely a beehive somewhere around here. Oh, jeez. See, this is what happens when I can't see for shit. So it told me to update the newest version of the game, and then I forgot my password to the website, so now I'm trying to figure that out. Oh boy. There's a... Aha, I see you. You trying to chase me, boy? Trying to shoot me? Jerk. What the? A bone arrow? That's new. I don't really need it though. It's a thing. I should probably preface too, Noodle, is that I'm probably only going to be on for like another hour. So, I mean, obviously you have the freedom to literally play whenever and however long you want. But I'm just letting you know that I'm probably only going to be on here for like another hour-ish. Hour and 5 minutes, 3. I try to stick to my stream schedule. And now I gotta reset my password. Oh no. My shoulders literally slumped in despair when you said that. I'm so sorry. Like I said, you can certainly hop on here and play whenever you want. You don't have to wait for me or Soulspawn or anybody else to be on. Just think of it this way, though. Is the next time that you actually want to get on, you'll have all this sorted out so you can play. Think of it that way. Thought I heard another bow torn. I was about to be like, what the hell? It's true, I just always forget. Well, that's fair. It happens. How much durability is left on this thing? 83. I think we're just going to go till this thing breaks. It's probably going to be the game plan. Now I'm... Wait, no, I forgot to update the game. Oh, no. It doesn't take super long to update the game, though. I will say that much. That's like the one benefit of Vintage Story, is that the game files aren't super big. It's 24. Ooh boy. Inventory's almost full. It's definitely more bees up in the trees. Gonna have to be a bit careful of that. Make sure that I don't accidentally break their home. And then they come after me. 'Cause that would suck. Gonna mark the bees. So I remember where to get them. Alright, so we got a good amount of pine now, which is what we really needed. And it's a medium. Uh-oh. So we're definitely going to be dealing with some bad guys. We did get a few more pine trees, which is really good. I'm going to plant these down now so I don't forget. Okay. Good amount of pine. Probably could use more shale. I'm going to take all this, get the tin bronze thingy-madoohicker. This is nice music. We bring the greatest fantasy, medieval, mystical music around here, okay? Oh no, medium temporal storm. Right. Oh no. That's not good. Hey Noodle, have you been in a temporal storm before? Nope. Well, not yet. That's exactly right. Not yet. You're gonna. Congratulations, you're gonna participate in your first temporal storm. It's a wonderful time. Okay. So what we need to do is build this out, this over. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting some drifters spawning in where the tavern is supposed to be. Don't worry, it won't be that bad. Ooh, rusty gear. Ooh, piece of fiber. Damn it, you didn't give me nothing. Alright, couple bad guys. We got decent things out of it. Nothing great. I mean, rusty gear is definitely halfway decent. In my humble opinion. OMG, the installation didn't work because I accidentally opened up 2 instances of the installer. Oh no. You're just having the time of your life over there, my guy. Ah. Stay on the roof. Damn it. Just gonna make some more of these because I feel like I'm gonna need them. This game is genuinely cursed for me. I don't know why. It happens. Just remember, you're doing all this to get the headaches out of the way for next time. Even though you will be on tonight. No. Oh crap, I forgot to grab another axe. Right. Right. I am in fact going to need this. First activity is medium. Excuse me. Guys, I was up till past 1 in the morning last night because I obviously had to finish my episode of Middle Earth, but I also did a couple other shorts as well. One of them you guys might have seen today, actually. But I am tired. Go on to bed. I'll join you another time. It's still installing. I mean, I could just go to bed and miss the temporal storm. Because to be fair, I'm just going to hide in the hole anyways for God knows how long. Oh my god. Yeah, go sleep. Tired and itch. Yeah, honestly, I might just call it a little bit early. Noodle with the super chat. I genuinely appreciate that so very much. You have no idea. Thanks for being willing to train me, oh wise sensei. I will train you anytime to the best of my knowledge, because that is what I am here for. But yeah, I think it is time we go ahead and call it a night here. So thank you so much to everybody who decided to tune in and chat with me tonight. Huge thank you to Noodle once again for the super chat. You're awesome. So yeah, with that being said, if you guys have enjoyed the stream or VOD, if you're still watching this in VOD form and you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to check out all the links below for all of my social medias. Consider joining my community Discord as well, or the Soulless Gaming Discord. I'm in both of them, so you'll get to interact with me either way. And if you are enjoying this vintage story content and you want to see more of it in the future, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it as well. I also want to say a huge shout out and thank you to all of my channel members. You guys are absolutely amazing. And if you want to be amazing just like them, consider becoming a channel member today as well. Never required, but always greatly appreciated. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if I will be streaming tomorrow. I might. What will it be? I'm not entirely sure. Will it be Vintage Story? Will it be Minecraft? I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That is all. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.